6, Yuan is 8. She come back with, I believe the second class was Mr. Brownson, and she started teaching Fang piano. Within a few weeks, we signed her out with Renee. So that was part of the story. And over the years, many family friends bring us such a joy, and we play game together, we sleep together, we go to concert together, we see the kids growing up together. And none more closer than the family from Saratoga. I want to introduce yourself a little bit.
This is Ty. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. For giving me this opportunity. My kids, Jihao and Jixun, they are friends with Yan and Fang for decades. Think about that.
That's right.
They are 16 years old already. They know each other for a decade, and they most likely they play. There's one thing I don't understand. They can play Monopoly from noon all the way to midnight, non-stop. And they still settle for the duel next time when they get together. And enjoy yourself tonight. And thank you, Eric. You do a great job to educate these kids.
So when they play Monopoly, learn a lot from Monopoly. So if they couldn't be a musician, they can develop real estate. And so this is the 16 is it's a watershed event. Before this time, the kids are more, the parents are the world. We decide what do they want to do. We drive them to San Jose to take Chinese lesson every Saturday for how many years? 10. Yeah, 10 years. 10 years. And so our promise for them is when they reach 16, they decide where do they want to go. We provide the push. We no longer lead them. They will decide. And so this is kind of an important moment, not only for Yuan, but for the family. She is now, belong to the world. And so it's also kind of heartwarming and heartbreaking to see they grow up. Like sometimes I come home, I can still imagine that she was 6 or 7, run to me, jump to me, and then see her big daddy. Now she just says, yeah. No, she just doesn't. So her life will have been impacted by all of you, and it will be impacted by all of you in many fashion. So I want to take the opportunity. So I really thank you for coming. And I asked her to. It's ready to give you a talk. You still want to wait?
Sure.
So I have not read her script. I want her to share her plan. And then I will ask her friends to say a few things about her, what's wonderful thing about her, what she could be even better. And remember, especially with your young friend, from this point on, probably around this few years, your influence will be more important than the mom and I. So I invite you here. I take this opportunity to hook you here to assign you this responsibility. Look after each other, especially Yan. Yan, want to talk?
Life is like quotations. Sometimes it makes you laugh, sometimes it makes you cry. Most of the time you just don't get it. I think this quote has been true for the past 3 years of my life in high school, more so than the rest of my life overall. I've met most of these people and gotten to know them really well in high school. And they're the ones who really change the path of where I want to go in life. Well, first I want to start off with the obvious. I want to talk about my mock tryout team. Well, I joined mock tryout my freshman year. My dad was in debate in high school, and we don't have a debate team, so I thought the closest would be this thing called mock trial. So I signed up, and I got my little lunch tray at lunch, and I was going to go to the meeting in room 24. Right outside the room, I stopped, because inside was all these seniors, all these upperclassmen, and this really scary looking guy in the corner. His name was Mr. Schreier. So I stopped outside the door, and I really wanted to turn away. I was really scared, and I really didn't want to go in. But I ended up going in, and I didn't know anyone. I sat down at a desk, and I listened to the first meeting where we elected our club officers, and I wrote down names of people I didn't even know. And I would end up becoming the clerk as well as the shadow clerk on the varsity team that year as a freshman, which is kind of a big deal. And it was the best experience of my life. It was so much fun. And I met all really great people that they're not here today, but I still talk to them on Facebook. I still message them, and they still inspire me to do what I want to do. Now, last year was my second year on the mock trial team. I was a pre-trial attorney, which meant I argued the Constitution in front of the judge. I went both sides as well, and that's where I met these 4 people here. And it's just really amazing that this one club can turn a little girl who is terrified of public speaking. I was forced to order my own food at Costco, and I was so scared, into me now who can argue the Constitution in front of a federal judge and be able to correct him when he's wrong. And even though he couldn't make it today, I want to thank Mr. Schreier, who always reminds me to feel my butt in the chair, my feet on the ground, and that everything can roll off like water off a duck's ass. and that no matter what you do, that you're always going to have a team or a family that's going to back you up, that's going to love you no matter if you mess up or not. Now I want to thank these 4 and this one there. I've known those 4 since middle school, and I've known Kent since elementary, and I met this one in high school. Yeah, these 5 are some of my closest friends, and I'm really grateful for all they do for me, from staying up with me till maybe 3 a.m., texting and procrastinating on homework, or helping me out doing some last-minute homework at break right before class, or at lunch trying to study for some test. And I'm really grateful for all the time they give up for me and all the things they allow me to do. Now, high school has really changed where I want to go in life. I remember in probably 7th grade, I had a great history teacher. Her name was Miss Williams, and I loved her. And I thought I wanted to go into history, because I really did like history. And then 8th grade came around, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I thought history was kind of cool. And then freshman year, I had world geography, which is the social studies class at the high school, and I realized, wow, there's not much to history. and then sophomore year, I had a class called AP World History, which may have ruined my outlook on history forever.
Yes. Yes.
But at least I had these people to help me through it. And another thing mock trial changed about me was that I realized, wow, maybe I could go into something like law or something like politics. Which is a really scary thought now that I think about it. But once I really thought about what I wanted to do with my life, I realized that maybe that's something I could do. Because there are 2 things I really want to do in life. One is to succeed. I don't want to fail. I want to succeed. And another thing I want to do is to be able to help people. And though politicians may be corrupt sometimes, and lawyers might not be the best as well, I think it's a good way to be able to help people, to represent those who might not be able to represent themselves. Now, remember that quote I told you in the beginning, life is like quotations? Well, I looked this up on Google the other night, and the author was unknown. They were anonymous. I don't want to be an unknown author that you find on Google. I want to be someone who, if I'm not famous, I want to be someone who leaves a mark on the world and someone can reference, someone can look up to, and someone knows my name, that they can